Okay, so let us understand about the return of income of a political party. Now, a political party is also an assessee under the Income Tax Act, which means that they fall within the definition of person and they also have to file their return of income. Now, the sources of income of a political party could be in the form of donations from various people and any interest, etc., that they earn on these donations or whatever receipts that they get. So, at the end of the year, just like any other assessee, a political party is also supposed to file their return of income. They don't have an exemption from filing their return of income. However, it's not in all cases that they have to file their return of income. When do they have to file their return of income? Let's see. If, only if, the total income of a political party. So what do we need to do is, first we need to find out the total income of a political party, and just like we had total income of any other person, any other assessee, similar manner you have to apply to compute the income of a political party. And if that total income before the exemption under section 13A. Now section 13A basically provides exemption to political parties in respect of their income. Now this exemption under section 13A is available subject to certain conditions and is available for income in the nature of income from house property, capital gains and other sources. You'll have to make a specific reference to this section. But suppose you compute the total income of a political party. Now what does that income comprises of? That income basically will comprise of your income from house property, your capital gains, your income from other sources, plus maybe some voluntary contribution. So once you do a sum of all these, let's say the sum of all these comes to 5 lakh. Okay, and let's say the exemption which is available under 13A is also 5 lakh, and the net chargeable income is equal to a big zero. Now even in this case, if you see, the section says if the total income of the political party before exemption under section 13A, which was exemption was there, but before that exemption the income was say rupees 5 lakh, exceeds the maximum amount not chargeable to tax. Now basically you have to see as to what is the maximum chargeable account or what is the maximum exemption limit, and if this amount is in excess of that, which in this case it is obviously, then the political party is under an obligation to furnish the return of income within the time allowed under section 139 subsection 1. So what will happen in this case is that even though your chargeable income is less than 5 lakh, or rather less than any amount, because you got the exemption, entirely you got the exemption, even then, because before exemption under section 13A your income amount exceeded the maximum amount which is not chargeable to tax, you are under an obligation to file your return of income. Ultimately there may not be any taxes which might be payable by the political party, but it has to file its return of income. And all the provisions of the Income Tax Act shall apply as if it were a return furnished under section 139(1). Which means what? That if you don't file your return and it's a belated return, you can't revise it. So the time limit is this: if you do it before that time, well and good. If you don't, then whatever other consequences of not filing a return before the due date also gets added on to this return. Let us see some of the points. Tax rates applicable to them are those of individuals. So the slab of 10, 20 and 30 are also applicable to political parties. Exemption is available only when the accounts are audited. Now what does this mean? This means that the income that you have computed has to be in accordance with the audited accounts. If the accounts are not audited and you compute any income, which may very well be the case, then you're not allowed this exemption under section 13A. Now penalty under section 271F can also be levied. So this we've already discussed in the earlier videos, so I'm not harping again on it. Return furnished under section 139(4)(b), which is the return for income of a political party, is deemed to be return furnished under section 139(1) under this clause and can therefore be revised under section 139(5). So if you have filed your return within the due date allowed under section 139(1), then you might as well very well revise your return of income because it is treated to be a return under section 139(1).